And I've been mining all day, looking for that blue rock in the caves. And when I'm just about crying, what's that? I found a diamond, yeah.
Hey poets! So today we're going to be continuing our work with structure in poetry. We're going to be doing a little bit more work with our line breaks, and we're going to be working on adding a little bit of meaning to the poem as well, working back with comparisons like we did with similes or extended metaphor. And as you may or may not have guessed, today's poem is going to have a little bit to do with a diamond.
I found a diamond, yeah.
It's a drawing because I can't afford a real one. Today I want us to continue to work on the skill of creating a poem that follows a specific structure. Last time we were working with our concrete poems, and the concrete poems had to fit within the shape of whatever we chose. Today it's going to be a little bit more specific. It's going to be that diamond. And we're also going to be adding in that we're going to try and fulfill a specific objective. So one way we can do this is by writing a certain type of poem. We're going to be writing a Diamante poem. And poets would write a poem like this so that they can practice conveying an idea in a certain structure and quickly and effectively. So let's see what that's going to be like. All right, first things first, like always, let's get our lesson from the blank notebook. We're going to be copying by holding Control and selecting slides 33, 34, 35, and 36. Once you've done that, you can right-click, select Copy, then go to your notebook, choose the last slide that you have work on, and paste in the new work. One thing to notice really fast, a lot of people have been copying the image that I have up here. I do want you typing in your skill, strategy, and why so that I know that everybody's paying attention to it, so please get it from this video. Alright, so today we're going to be continuing to work on structure by creating a Diamante poem. And a Diamante poem, as the name suggests, follows a shape for its structure, and that shape is going to be a diamond. So let's take a look at this one we have here. Day, bright, sunny, playing, jumping, running. Sun, birds, moon, bats, dreaming, sleeping, wandering. Dark, starry, night. So what this poem is doing is it's doing two things. One, it is following the structure in that it is creating the shape of a diamond. Two, it's using that diamond shape to convey the idea of comparison between the first noun, day, and the second noun, night. And that's what we want to do with our poem too. We want to use those nouns, adjectives, and verbs to create that same comparison. Alright, so let's get started writing our Diamante poem today. We're going to be focusing on that structure and the meaning. So the first thing we need to do if we're going to think about meaning is, well, we need to come up with what our poem's going to be about. For a Diamante poem, we're going to do that by thinking up the first noun and the last noun that are going to be compared in our poem. Now we can compare them either by saying how they are similar, by coming up with synonyms, or we can come up with how they are different by coming up with antonyms. And you know, with Mother's Day coming up, I'm feeling really inspired to write a poem for my mom. And what better poem to give her than a Diamante poem, because after all,
Diamonds are a girl's best friend.
Alright, so if I'm going to be making a Diamante poem for my mom, what I gotta do is I have to think about, well, what do I want my poem to be about? Well, if it's going to be for my mom, I think I want to make it about my mom. So she's going to be one of my nouns. Now I need to think, am I going to create the other noun to be something that is similar to her or something that is different? Well, I think I want to go with something that's different because last time we did the extended metaphor. In the extended metaphor, we had two things that were similar. This time I want to try doing something different. And that might look like this for me. I might have my first noun be fear, because fear is an idea, fits a noun, person, place, thing, or idea. And since it's for my mom, I want it to be about my mom, so she's going to be my second noun. That's step one. So now we've got our two nouns. Step two, I need to write two adjectives about my first noun. And for fear, I feel like dark and cold are going to be two good adjectives of fear. They describe fear. Step three, now I need to come up with verbs that end with ing. Remember, verbs are what you do, things that you can do. So three verbs that are about fear could be running or screaming or crying, feeling very uncomfortable. That's what I want to put in that third line. And you can already see I've got the top of my diamond going. Let's see, step four. Step four, I need to write either a short sentence or four nouns that connect the first part, the first noun, and the last noun. Well, in the example on the first page of today's lesson, they gave you the four nouns by themselves. So I feel like I want to write a sentence for this one. So to connect fear to my mom, I'm thinking I can connect it by writing a sentence like, being alone, feeling scared, but then found, loved. I think that's a good sentence for the middle of my diamond poem. All right, step five. Write three verb ing words, but this time about the second noun. Okay, so now it's not about fear. This time it's about my mom. So I want to write something like caring, protecting, teaching. Those are things that you can do, so they're verbs with the ing at the end. All right, and step six, our last step, write two adjectives about the second noun. So the second noun is still my mom, and my two adjectives can be safe and kind. And now I've got my Diamante poem. My Diamante poem is in the shape of a diamond, and it's accomplishing comparing two different things. And that makes this poem really cool, because now we've got a poem where we've worked on structure with line breaks and everything like that, and we've thrown in some meaning this time, so we're definitely kicking it up a notch. But if I'm going to give this to my mom for Mother's Day, I don't want it to look like this. I want to make it look pretty. So this could be my Happy Mother's Day Diamante poem, and this is what I could give her. One last thing, if you're really struggling with making your own Diamante poem, there's a really good resource right here to help you create it yourself. Click that link and follow it, and it's going to take you to a website that looks like this. Once you're here, you just need to click on this Get Started button, and you're going to get a window that looks like this. It may ask you to allow the flash. Please allow the flash so that it'll take you in. Then you just need to type in your name, and your poem title. Click Start, and it'll ask you for that first noun and that last noun. So mine was fear, the last one was mom. And then it'll give you this space where you can fill in everything in between, and it gives you definitions for the adjectives, or what the short phrase would be, or what the ing words would be. I hope this helps. Have fun with your poem today. Whatever Diamante poem you create, that's fine. It doesn't have to be for Mother's Day. But after you've made it today, make sure that you copy and paste it into today's daily question. And that's it. Have a good day, everybody.